Okay. Alright, you guys. How's it going? It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. And, it's WoW Wednesday. Well, WoW Challenges Wednesday. Hope everybody had a good Easter. Or at least a non-eventful one. I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to do WoW today because the weather was kind of looking iffy. So I wasn't real confident. I was thinking we were going to have to end up doing Parkitect today. But, the storms have moved out for now. We're expecting more tonight, later. But, we'll see what happens there. Which isn't good news for me, because I am so behind on everything and anything that it's kind of ridiculous how far behind on stuff I am. So, my goodness. But right now we're going to work on some bloodthirsty leveling and try to get through this the best we can. And hopefully get through this as safely as we can. So, so far I've only picked up a trophy antler and a bushy tail. And nothing else really to speak of meaningful on this character. Did pick up 3 greens. I could put the cloth on, but it's not really in my best interest to, and I can't wear the plate. So nothing really exciting there. Oh, excuse me. You know, that's how things go sometimes. But yeah, I'm only about halfway through the backlog of max level articles I have to write, and I have 2 leveling videos for the pacifist to put together, because I think I'm just gonna do the speed leveling videos up through 59, and then at 59 we'll do a talkie video. Because I was gonna do another talkie video, I think on level 55 to 56, and realized I really didn't have all that much to talk about, because the path didn't change. Oh, there's a flower there. I didn't even see it. So yeah, I mean, like, the leveling path didn't really change, so it kind of felt like meh, and then I was rambling about something stupid for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, what am I doing? So that got turned into a speed level, or will be turned into a speed leveling video. But he's up to 57 right now. I was hoping to get him to 60 by Saturday, and I don't know if that's gonna happen. His levels are taking about 2 hours to get through. And it's supposed to storm tonight, so I don't know if I'll be able to. We'll see. We'll see. Because I am on the podcast this weekend with Fair. We're coming back to discuss prediction versus what the X-Pack reveal did show us. So that'll be interesting. I still have to get my thoughts down on paper, so to speak, about that. I'm not sure. It definitely wasn't anything close to what I was expecting. I'll put it that way. Definitely not. But at the same time, I'm not really sure what I was expecting. I don't know. We'll see. I have to actually sit down and pay attention to the reveal video and make some notes and things. Do I need to take him potty?
Oh, I'm almost sniffing at you.
Oh, do I need to? It's a little wet out, Momo, isn't it? It did rain for a while overnight. Were you eating something?
I was a little while.
It's hard to tell with Momo if he's looking for a snack or...
He's getting his feet up when I try to put it on.
He's still not too crazy about going out, but he's been pretty good about going out at least once a day now.
He's getting up to go outside. Let me put my thing on, Momo. Sorry, Ed.
Momo's like, no, we're going now.
Come on, buddy. I take you outside. Here's a go. Oh, happy tail. Yeah, I know. You want to go outside.
He's very expressive with his tail.
All right, my buddy. Okay.
Can always kind of gauge Momo's mood level. Sometimes it's like he answers me when I ask him questions with his tail. I'll be hopping back in his bed from getting up to do something. I'm like, you okay? And I get a little tail waggle. And then he'll lay back down. I'm like, okay. As long as we're good. Poor old pupper. But hurt back is no fun. My back is still fucked up. It's not as bad as it was yesterday. But it's not good either. Yesterday just sitting hurt. And trying to get up hurt. It still hurts, but I can get up today. A little bit smoother. But, oh my goodness, you guys. I was in bed. I went to bed around 4 this morning. I went to lay down. And it takes me a while to get sorted so I can lay down because it's a production with my back hurting. I can't just fall into bed. I have to carefully maneuver myself on the mattress so that I don't fuck anything up worse. And I kind of got settled and Zuzu laid down in front of me, so I couldn't get up on my side of the bed without climbing over the dog, which wasn't going to happen quickly in my state. And Russell was in the other room sleeping because of the cat. And I'm laying there, and it was windy as hell last night. Now, I had asked him to go out on the porch to fix a cord that was hanging down that he didn't realize had fallen down. And I guess when he came back in, he didn't push the door all the way. And I'm laying there and all of a sudden the front door blew open. And I was like, what the fuck? That scared the shit out of me. Especially because I had no idea what the fuck happened. The front door just opened at like 4:30 in the morning. And I'm like, what the hell? And when I went over to try to grab the door and see what the fuck was going on, I hooked our screen door. And then in the meantime, I'm trying to close the front door and I realized the front door was still locked. And I'm like, how did this open? Like, we don't have a deadbolt on it, but the bottom lock was still locked. I'm like, what the fuck? scared the effing shit out of me. I'm like yelling and shit because I didn't know what the fuck was happening. I'm like, oh, make a bunch of noise. If it was somebody trying to break in, they'll run away. But in my haste to get up, I had to quickly try to scoot over the couple things of clothing that we had piled on Russell's side of the bed. So I knocked all that all over the floor, and I feel like I landed on the plastic lid of the ice bag that I had pressed up against my back when I went to bed, because now I've got a really sore spot on the back of my hip to the touch. And it kind of feels like a bruise coming up or something, and I'm like, is there something here? Because this fucking hurts. And he's like, I don't see anything. He goes, there's like a line there, but I think that's just a crease from your shorts. And I was like, ugh. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm like, why can't my back just get a break? So then I was freaked out. It took me forever to fall asleep from that. Did Momo pee?
Yes.
Good boy, Momo.
And ate some grass. Because of course that's the real thing. Okay, now I'll get you a treat because you weren't good.
But, yeah, so got that going on, and ugh, don't fuck up your back, guys. It's not fun. It is not fun at all. Apparently she needs to target something. Who would have thought? We got about a bar left to go on this one. So for people that are new to the Bloodthirsty Challenge, you're basically grinding to max level. Very few quests allowed. The exception to that is if you are locked into a starting zone that you can't leave without questing. So like the Goblin starting area, the Panda starting area, the Worgen starting area, the Demon Hunter starting area, and the Death Knight starting area. All of those races, classes can be bloodthirsties. But those ones are kind of like an exception where, okay, well, you're allowed to quest to X point. Excuse me. And we do have like your stopping quest point listed on the website for those that want to go that route for those exceptions. But, you know, like on a door for a human or a gnome or whatever, you're basically questing from level, or questing. You're basically grinding from level 1. And you are just a little killing machine. There's a couple instances between 1 and 50 where you can do some quests if you choose, but you have to do them on the allowed list. So like you're allowed to move Darlaran for like Legion. You're allowed to do that Blink of the Eye quest so that you can get your Legion Darlaran Hearthstone, which I do recommend you get before you come out here. It will make your life so much easier getting back. Hi, Zuzu. Zuzu says hello. There's like a couple of quests allowed to get into Panda. Zuzu, stop. You don't need to climb up my lap. You just went potty. You have water and you have some foods. You're fine. He's jealous. We go through this every stream. So there's a couple of instances, like there's a couple of quests there for Panda that you can do to like permanently open the portal in the mage tower. But we've also found out where if you just have the quest to go to Pandaria in your log, you can go through the portal without doing those quests. So you don't really have to do them. And in fact, I don't, because there's a couple vehicle quests involved in there, and it's a little sketchy. I don't like those couple of opening quests, so I usually don't do them. I don't go to Pandaria anymore anyway. I don't have to, so I don't. On the Bloodthirsties, at the very least. And there was quests allowed to do them all, and that was before the Maw skip came in, so that was like the largest quest set that well, I don't know if it's necessarily the largest, but it was a lot of quests that were allowed for Bloods. I think there was like 30 of them between the Maw and Orboth. But now that the Maw skip is in, you don't have to do the first half of those quests anymore. I guess if you can, if you really want to, but that escort quest can be a little sketchy. So I recommend taking the skip if possible and not putting yourself through the potential shit show that escort can turn into. But I mean, you'll still have to do the quests on the Orboth side of the mall. So like if you take the skip, I've shown this before. You end up in Orboth, and then you have to do the little things and stuff they require you to do, and sorry. And then lost my train of thought when that spell popped up. Like when you get to Orboth, you'll have to take the storyline option from the Threads of Fate quest. Excuse me. On the Bloodthirsties, and then finish out the Orboth side, and then I think the last quest you can do is seek the Ascended, where you talk to the chick when you arrive in Bastion, and then you're done. You have to grind from there on out. So that's weird. There's like a black line in my... That's strange. Don't know what that was about. Alright, let's go back to Hatherford. Still nothing all that exciting from loot this level, but you know, I guess they all can't be fantabulous. Alright, so let's do our Twitter photo. Okay. WoW challenges. Bloodthirsty Title Soul. She is a Resto Shaman. Dings level. What the hell did we ding anyway? 41. Looking at a slash played of 4 days. 1 hour, 58 minutes, and 43 seconds. Now this is not a new Shadowlands character. This one's been around for a while. I want to say since Legion. So she's been through level squish and stuff. Pretty sure she saw level 41 already. So we're coming back around again. Alright. So her total kills are sitting at 7,784. So like these guys will have a bit of a higher kill total than, like, say, the mage that I ran, who started... I think they technically started BFA, but it was when level squish had happened. Like, it was 2 weeks before Shadowlands officially started or something. Maybe a month before. It was in that little pocket area where level squish came in before the X-Pack fully released. So her kill count's much lower. Alright, let's see. What did we have to get rid of? Let's do vendor trash first. Let's see how much money we've made. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Grinding this level. These greens aren't worth all that much, so I'm just gonna tuck them in there. Like I said, I didn't get all that much sleep today. Alright, so 166. Not bad. Not fantastic, but not bad either. I mean, all things considered, level-wise and all. I will say, it's been kind of quiet the past couple of nights when I've been out, leveling the pacifist in Bastion, and it was kind of creepy. I don't know if it's because people are out doing Noble Garden things at this time of night, or that time of night, I don't know. But it was definitely weird, to say the least, how empty it felt. I mean, I was okay with it being on the passy. It just felt strange with it being, not seeing the usual farmers out there in the wee hours. Alright, so for those of you that don't know, I am on a mission to try to get one of every class to max level as a bloodthirsty. We're a little over halfway, shall we say. I've got 5 classes remaining. So, we still have quite the task at hand, but we are getting closer. I think one more level, and if I have time, we'll be able to bring the warrior back into the leveling mix. I just want to get a little bit more breathing room between the warrior and the shaman. Just, you know, in a vague attempt to save my sanity. Because, oh boy, it's pretty tough at times to get through 1 level in Bastion, let alone 2 at the same time. And right now we've got the Death Knight out in Bastion, but we also just got the Druid out into Bastion. So that took a little bit of time to level this week. So I actually didn't get the Death Knight finished till Monday? Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I got them finished on Monday. So, Sunday I was too tired to get anything done, and I was trying to get write-ups caught up. So I didn't get the chance to run my pacifist, so I was a little mad about that, but that was my own damn fault. I could have stopped what I was working on and went and did my own shit. But I was also trying to get some stuff done. But tonight's goal is to try to get at least 1 article done and get some, at least A level on that pacifist done, because Because we got things to do, my friends. I've got video to edit. I've got all kinds of video to edit. I don't have to do that much editing to the video. It's just laying the music in that takes a while. Because I kind of have to find the right music to fit it. Because some of my stuff's a little bit calmer and slower for when we do the speed paint videos, and the other stuff's a little bit faster for when I do the speed build videos in Planet Zoo. And I'm using the YouTube music library because I don't have the money to get an Epidemic Sound license at the moment. That's for people that, you know, have income to spare, and we don't. So I have to use the free stuff, and it takes a while to go through it to try to find something that's gonna fit. I have some stuff put away, like saved, from that, but it still takes time to figure out what you can place where. And every so often I try to sit down and see if they've added anything new, or see if maybe I've missed anything in a particular genre. So usually if I find an artist that posts stuff on there that I like, I tend to grab most of their stuff and star it after I listen to it. Just, you know, it makes my life a little bit easier and faster. So when you see like the music lists for some of the stuff, you'll keep seeing the same artist over and over. But their stuff seemed to fit that particular video, so I'm like, okay, that's fine. It looks weird, and I'll try to like space them out a little bit, but if it fits, it fits. So it's all good. But a lot of the music tracks on the free library for YouTube are very short. So I'll end up... How many tracks did we have on that 5-hour speed paint video? Or speed felt video. How many was that? Was that like 50 tracks? No, it was more than that. I feel like it was 90 some tracks or 80 some tracks. It could have been 100, but that took a while to lay the music in on. To find that many that would even fit. I think I even repeated a couple. I think accidentally. Because I'm trying to go through my list of what I already wrote down and time-stamped in a separate file. And I'm like, did I get this one? And I'm scrolling through pages and pages, and I'm like, I feel like I put this one in. But at this point, I just want to be done putting the music in. And there were other tracks where I wasn't sure if I had used it, but I really thought I did, and then I didn't see it. So I'm like, well, if I did use it, then it's been a while, because I definitely don't see it within the last 10 songs. So we're fine. A lot of the songs sound similar anyway, so nobody's really gonna notice. I mean, they'll notice if they actually look at the song list outright. I think I actually had to pin the comment on that Speedfelt video of the song list, because it was so big that I couldn't put it in the description box with the other stuff I needed to put in the description box. So there just wasn't enough character space, and I was like, damn it. Like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, I was experimenting taking out the numbers in front of the song, and it still just wasn't quite enough. I was still short, and I'm like, well, fuck it. I guess we're just gonna have to pin comment it to make sure it's there somewhere. because there'll be videos I'll watch on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, I love that song in the background, and you can't find it anywhere. They didn't post what they used, and I'm like, well, damn it, I want to know what that song was and where it came from. So I do appreciate it when content creators take the time to do that. I know it's a pain in the ass. I've been there. But it does take time to mark it down and then remember to put that in the video description as well. Because some stuff you don't have to attribute. Like the epidemic sound stuff, I don't think you need to attribute. You might, but I don't think you have to. A lot of the YouTube stuff, you don't have to. Like if it's a standard YouTube license, you don't necessarily have to. They have it like listed next to the type of song that it is, what kind of license it is. Like there's some stuff in the YouTube free library music that you do have to attribute, but not all of it. Alright, sorry, I had an itch on my leg, and I have like fuzzy pants on, and I couldn't tell if it was just static or if my leg was itchy or if there was like a bug crawling up my leg, and I'm like, oh my god, what is happening? So I had to try to figure out what the fuck that was. Oh, goodness me. So I hope everybody's had a good one today. It's gonna be 80 on Friday, supposedly, which is just wild to think about because we were under a freeze warning Monday night. And I'm just like, what? He's like, I need to get my shit planted. Are we done with this? Because I want to get my flowers in. I want to, like, take photos to document their growing. Which means I need to make some signs to put with them. I'm not sure what we're going to use to stake them into the ground. Does this wire rust, I wonder? I don't know. We've got some wire, but I don't know how well it's going to weather. It's pretty sturdy. It's not too flimsy. We might be able to use that. I wasn't sure if I was just out of range on that one. He's hard to get when you're down here if you don't have your camera tilted at just the right angle. I guess he's a little bit easier to grab up on the next level, but I don't know. I kind of like pulling him before I go up when I'm able to. Now, the warrior might not be able to pull him. Well, I mean, I guess they could throw a weapon. Or, I'm not sure if that bird's in range for taunt. It might be, at least from up here. I'll have to see. I don't remember if I had been pulling him. Oh no, wait, the warrior doesn't go out here. The warrior's horde. That's right. I forgot. It's been a while since we've been on that warrior. I completely forgot that they're hordes, so that's a non-issue. Like, that's why I don't remember if I've pulled the bird, because they're fucking horde. They're not leveling in this. I've got too many challengers, you guys. I can't fucking keep them straight. terrible. Terrible. Like, I'm like sitting here suddenly thinking, someone killed the fox. Sitting here thinking, why am I blanking out on this one's leveling experience out here? That doesn't make sense. It's very odd that I don't remember leveling them out here. No, no, no. I don't remember leveling them out here because they're not Alliance and they have no business being over here. So unless they want to, you know, get PvP flagged and splatted all over the ground. Ugh, my brain sometimes, I swear. Always a fun adventure walking through my memories. Why don't I remember this happening? Because it didn't happen. Alright. Yes, they are over in the tusk pools. Oh shit, getting them home is gonna be a pain in the ass. Because I didn't move Darla in with them either. That's gonna be... Well, it won't be as bad as getting back from here with someone without a Dal Hearthstone. Because when you take the boat back from here, it drops you in Arathi Highlands for some effing reason. Like, if you don't have the Heart of Azeroth... Wait, was Heart of Azeroth here? Was that BFA? What are you doing? I don't know, you forgot to do something, I guess. Yeah, I think the necklace was BFA. I could be mistaken. But, like, if you don't do one of the quests or something, the phasing gets weird, and there's a bug where if you try to take the boat back at certain levels from Borealis, it will suddenly just start dropping you in Arathi Highlands. And Bloodthirsties can't do the quest to open the portals out here, so you can't just take the portal from here. So, you know. That's the way that goes. We'll just have to try to get back from Hillsbrad, or no, it's not Arathi they drop you in, it's Hillsbrad. That's right, it's a horde zone. They drop you in. Up in a little tiny section that has some Alliance mobs, and they drop you at the portal to a battleground. Of all places. Maybe I'm thinking the Arathi battleground. That might be what I'm thinking. But I don't think that's the Arathi battleground either. I don't know. They drop you in a portal somewhere up there. It is Hillsbrad. It's not Arathi. Arathi's next door. But at certain levels, you can't just waltz into Arathi if you're like 50, because the zone's hostile. So, or the zone PvP flagged you or something. So you can't just like waltz the fuck in there through the hole in the wall that the Alliance has to use. You can't take the road because of the horde guards. So you kind of have to take the road up to Chillwind in Western Plague and fly from there. I don't know if I have flying on this character. I might have learned it, But then again, I might not have, so I might have to ground mount it. Which, you know, that gets a little dicey at times. Let's see, have I learned flying on this character? No. So yeah, getting back on that's gonna be interesting. Well, we have a few more levels till we have to worry about that at least, so. What? Well, she has a doll Hearthstone, so she's good. Never mind. She's good. I forgot. This one, I was gonna say this one leveled in Legion, but no, they didn't. I just remembered to grab my Hearthstone before coming out here, that's all. Because this was the replacement Demon Hunter to the one of mine that had gotten flagged on the Threads of Fate stuff. So, this Demon Hunter was made in Shadowlands. Now, the Demon Hunters and the Death Knights don't really get celebrated because they're hero classes. So, that's fine. They're still on the list. They're still a class in the game, so I still want to tick them off. Can't say I've done all the classes if I haven't done all the classes, you know? So, need to get those two done. And we're working on it. This one's in her upper 40s. What are we? We are currently 45. And DK is in their 50s. DK might be 54. Trying to think. We'll figure it out in a little bit when we hop on them. They're 50-something. I don't think they've hit 55 yet. No, they must be 54, because I was thinking, oh, well, shit, the druid's gonna be kind of right on their heels, but yeah, no, they must be 54. But that's okay. As long as I don't have 3 in Bastion at the same time, it's all good, and we shouldn't... Oh, a bushy tail. Nice. We shouldn't hit that point. Because the DK should be out of there, just as the Demon Hunter should be coming in. So... hopefully. Okay, I think we've got one more kill on this one to go. I think. Hopefully. So we shall see. And there's that ding. Alright, let's get our photo. Okay, and we're gonna hearth back to Heatherford. Alright. So, let's get our photo all sorted here. Okay, so, WoW challenges, Bloodthirsty, Soul, Glaive. We are Vengeance. Dings level 46. Get a slash blade of 3 days, 5 hours, 55 minutes, and 20 seconds. Total kills. Total kills are gonna be 4,789. Alright, so let's tweet that. And we'll come over and do our vendoring. So I did replace her hat. We did get a little bit of a minor upgrade. So that was something. I did get 2 true flight fletching feathers. And it's not putting the buff on the demon hunter, which I found interesting, but it was putting the buff on my other characters, so I don't know why. But if you pick up a feather, make sure you check to see if it put the buff on you, and if it did, remove that buff ASAP. Alright, so 246, that was pretty good. It was better than the shaman. Alright, so let's log out there and we will grab the druid who is in Bastion. I did take her to auction house. We did upgrade her gear as best as we could. I think there was one thing I didn't upgrade. It might have been her bracers, maybe. Because there just wasn't any up. So, yeah, so she managed to have enough funding to get her shit upgraded. Okay. Sorry, we've been noticing an issue on the API return calls from Blizzard, where some of the bloodthirsty challengers are showing 0 kills. When they definitely don't have 0 kills. So, hey, it's the panty raid person that I've been seeing on the Pacifist. They're out here early. They just effing hover, and I don't know if they just keep getting distracted or if they're trying to do something with a secondary character and it's not working. But I will just see them just sitting there. It's odd, to say the least. And there they go. So I don't know. They might just keep getting distracted. They're certainly less suspicious to me than that damn shaman was. So I do have to be careful with this one, because they are doing AoEs. So far it's been okay. Haven't had too much trouble. But, you know, we'll see if that continues. I haven't been in a spot where there's been too many patrols, so I do have to keep that in mind if if we hit a section where there are patrols, I'm going to have to be super duper careful about how I'm pulling and where I'm pulling to, just to make sure I don't accidentally clip 2 or 3 horses that are running through me, because that could be a problem, especially if they're both dropping gore on my ass. That could definitely be bad, to say the least. But so far it's been okay on the druid. Haven't noticed too many issues. At this moment I can't say if killing feels fast or not. It kind of feels comparable to the DK, maybe a slight touch faster, maybe, but nothing dramatically faster. At least I haven't noticed it be that dramatically faster. We'll see how levels keep going by here and what happens, because at some point I think I'm going to have to switch over to where the moths are, just because of the AoE. But then again, I've been doing okay on the DK. It really depends on how this one handles the gore dot, really, is what it's gonna come down to. But I do know of a couple of places where I have some horses zigzagging through if we end up doing the next normal phase of where I level. So we'll have to see how that transpires, because I'll have to definitely make an adjustment to placement, and that can get a little hairy, but you know, we'll see. I might be able to get one more level in this particular spot before I need to move. Kind of depends on how busy it gets over here. I like to stay over here till at least 52. I haven't been able to recently because it's been so hectic over here. But, you know, we'll see how that goes. This tree's been a thorn in my side trying to level and pull this one from this direction. I think before I was pulling from the road side, but I feel a little bit safer pulling from over here, since these guys don't knock me backwards. Lets me be able to see what's going on roadside a little bit better. Lets me see where that thing is, because sometimes when people pull that, they tend to kite him a little bit further away, shall we say. And he's got a pretty big hitbox that I really don't want to be involved in, because he hurts a great deal. So, no thank you. Definitely don't want to be mixed up in that. Alright. probably top off our health here. But I mean, so far it's been pretty good. We haven't had too many problems on this one. Hey, Mrs. Rockuru. How are things? Obnoxiously loud traffic. At least we don't have the loud traffic to deal with when I do my recordings, but I'm doing speed vids, so it doesn't really matter. Half the time I'm sitting there watching something on the other screen. Which is why you might see an odd pause in that, and I'm like going back to change what I'm watching. Sometimes I remember to pause the video and then switch out what I was listening to when that video ends. However, last night I had to pause to get up to do something. I think I needed a drink or I had to go to the bathroom or something. And when I came back, I started to gather more flowers and stuff and was going about my business. And I think I got maybe 5 or 6 nodes gathered before I was like, oh shit, I never took the recording off pause. So there's an odd chunk of not a large chunk, but there's like an odd minute or two of video missing there, so apologies for that once I do get that one up. It might not be all that noticeable once I get the video sped up, we'll see, but that's what happened to that, in case anybody wonders later on once I have the time to actually get that uploaded. I was hoping to work on that tonight, but I'm not gonna have time. Oh, there's our ding. There's our ding. We've hit 51, friends. 51 on the druid. Let's... Oh, no. I don't want that. Let's sit. That's what I wanted to do. Alrighty. Where's our hearth? Esper's Rest. That's fine. And we'll get our slash blade. This is another one of those characters that survived level squish, so their slash blade's gonna be a little bit longer than some of the others. It's still super windy out. Kind of need to put our recycling out for tomorrow, but in this wind, I don't know. WoW challenges. Bloodthirsty. Soul Survivor. Don't forget, you guys, if you have Twitter and you tweet about your challengers, make sure to use that WoW challenges hashtag there so we can see, so we can help celebrate and commiserate your WoW challenges journey. Soul Survivor. We are a bad druid. Ding's level 51. So her first full level is in the books out here. Wasn't too bad. 39 minutes and 3 seconds. So our total kills so far on this one, 10,000. 255. I think that paladin of mine has the highest kills out of all of my bloodthirsties. But that makes sense considering they were brought into existence back in WoD. I think that paladin is sitting at like over 40,000 kills. Alright, so we're repaired. I did end up getting a cape to drop out here, so that was lovely. Because So I wasn't finding any capes on Auction House either at the time I was looking for upgrades, so... upgrades that I could use, shall we say. Alright, so our vendor trash came to 141.
Oh, do I have a deal for you?
And our greens
Keep it real.
came to another 161, so not too bad. Not too bad at all. We'll tuck you up here in the inn. It's weird using the same inns as the Alliance. Like, I know, like, Everlook and Gadget Stand, like, there's a couple of neutral inns out there. It's just weird when the entire zone's kind of neutral. Because, like, I'll be flying around, I'm like, oh, I gotta make sure I don't go into the Horde flight area, and I'm like, oh, wait, there isn't one out here. Alright, so, let's see. We have to swap servers now for the last one of the day. Oh, we're gonna have a short day today. Mostly because we don't have that pacifist to level. We could try to work on that pacifist, but it's kind of early in the day. And, oh yeah, they were 54. So that might not be a wise decision. Oh, what was that? You alright, Momo?
I think he drank some water.
Oh, Momo. Momo, buddy. Like, all of the cats have been having hairballs the past, like, 24 hours. I'm like, what is happening? Could we not? Could we not? Bless you. Bless you. Yeah, that was me earlier. Out of nowhere. Which really sucked because my entire body clenched when I sneezed. So my back was really pissed every freaking sneeze, and I was like, oh god, oh god. Alright, so I have been killing the gore mobs. We've been doing fairly well with them. I have had to eat on this character. Get that out of the way. If the gore's hitting a certain way, I have had to get some food. We went through all of our, what was it, turtle soup or turtle noodles, whatever the hell they were. We finished those, and I had to get some what are we eating? Airy ciabatta bread. Because I find if I'm missing a little too much, like if I miss, like that's fine, but if I'm missing like maybe double that, then it gets a little hairy towards the edge of killing a mob. Oh my goodness, why am I so yawny today? Okay, I'm gonna say, you know, maybe the druid was killing stuff a little bit faster, but the druid's also just hit level 51, and this one's 54, so there is a slight mob difference. Because those mobs were level 51 that the druid was killing, and these are 53, so you're just grinding to level 60 on a normal tune. On EU, you need to get 1 to max to get the Threads of Fate accessed. Ah, yes. Yes, that is a thing to be able to get to that. Because the challengers can only go so far on the normal storyline. And they have you do some pretty janky quests on the storyline. So Bloodthirsty, it doesn't really matter because you're not questing out here once you get out here. If you have that stupid scouting map tool for Shadowlands, you can transition between the islands. I didn't bother going that route because I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'll just stay out here because I never really found another spot anywhere that I felt comfortable grinding in. Everything else just, it had too many I don't like this red flashing lights and warning flags, so I'm like, I'll just stay here as much as I'm sick of being out here. But I mean, it is an option if you prefer somewhere else other than Bastion on a Bloodthirsty, since Bloodthirsties can't take the Threads of Fate option. Everybody else, though, you're gonna want that Threads of Fate option. Trust me. That Threads of Fate World Quest option. It's confusing because the quest is called Threads of Fate, and you have to do the quest no matter what. It's just what challenge you do dictates what option you pick. So Bloodthirsty, you have to take Replay the Storyline. Everybody else, you can take the World Quest option. And that's going to work out a lot better for you. On the World Quest option on the other challenges. But yeah, you definitely have to at least gotten someone to 60 in order to be able to access that for your other characters. At least once, and then it opens it up to account-wide access. All right. So we are trying to get to level 55 here. As you can see, I've added in a couple of mobs up here. I kind of was forced into doing that because I was battling that damn shaman that we keep running into on this one and the pacifist that we keep seeing grinding through part of the path that I follow for my bloodthirsties. I did not run into them last night, which I found interesting. I don't know if they were out here and our timing was just such that we weren't hitting each other, but I did not see them. Which I was like, huh, that's intriguing. Because I usually run into them at some point. I might have seen them killing something at some point and I just don't remember. But that could have been the night before. Time starts to blur together when you're running pacifist late at night. It's like, what day was that? I don't know. But yeah, I haven't seen them yet. I mean, they didn't hang out where the druid was, so I mean, that's understandable. Druid might be getting moved in this direction soon, though. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna stop and eat here real quick. Because this guy does something that can increase damage done. And we were missing a little too much going into this pull. Wasn't quite comfortable with that. Oh, that scared the ever-loving shit out of me. What is that? Mana Fiend. Oh, you must be using random mount. I think it's better to use the smaller mounts if you're flying and looking for nodes to collect, because I think it's easier to see them, personally. But that could just be me. And it probably is just me. But I have trouble finding the nodes out here anyhow. You'll see times in the videos on that pacifist where I'm just kind of sitting there and I'm staring. And I'm actually trying to figure out where the fuck the node is because it just blended into the background for me. And I'm like, where the fuck is it? I do have the stupid little highlighty aura turned on. It's just the highlighty aura is the same color as the ground out here. So it doesn't help. I kind of wish that they would tailor that highlighty aura to the zone and maybe change the hue on it, because it doesn't do dick when the ground cover is the same color as the aura and the stuff's all fluffy and it just looks like it lives there. So they probably won't, because I don't know how much of a pain in the ass that would be. I don't know if colorblind mode would help with that. I'm not colorblind, so I don't know. I've never messed with it. But some of those, like the ore, the lastrite ore that I've been finally calling lastrite, that's fine. You can see that okay. The Death Blossom and the Rising Glory, though, in certain areas, they just look like they're part of the ground cover. But lately I've been having this thing where I see a node pop up on the map and I start to head towards it, but then one that was, you know, a couple feet behind me pops up and I'm like, oh, let me go grab that one first. So I turn around to go grab that one and then it vanished off the mini-map and I'm like, what? And I'm like, okay. So I'll turn around and start heading back to the original one that I was going for, and then it pops back up again. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I turn around to go back to the one that I had turned back for to begin with, and then it vanishes again. I think I went through that like 4 times in the most recent video that got uploaded, and I was like, make up your goddamn mind. So I finally managed to catch it, and I was like, you know what, fine, we're just gonna keep going forward, and if it's there, it's there. Ding, level 58, and just on chapter 4 of Ardenweald. Oh, nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, I do think one of the zones I had to do, story-wise, was mostly past 60 to finish that out. Now, see, I am seeing a few people out here on this side of the zone right now. Oh, is that our shaman? That's our shaman. They're still here. They're still here, you guys. Let's watch them. Why would you move that way if there's no mob there? I'm telling you. It's an effing bot. Like, why would you run in that circle if there's no mob there? If that was a person and you could see there was no mob, you'd be like, okay, I'm just gonna turn and go this way. Why would you run that arc? Something not right. And they are always here. Always. Like, a person behind the keyboard wouldn't do that. Why would you waste steps? Now, sometimes the way the horses patrol through there is a horse running through that section. And they stop and kill it. But it wasn't there. Their path, like, never deviates. And I find it absolutely fucking fascinating. Because I did report it and nothing happened. So... like, I don't want to report them again. Hi, Zuzu. What is the matter? He gets very needy when I'm streaming. Like, other days where I'm not streaming, he's not like this. He'll be like this once in a while. Like last night when I was working, he was being a little insistent. But he's been out to pee. He's got water. He's got food. He got a treat when he came back in from peeing. He's very jealous. Like, Russell can't even give me a hug without the dog getting pissy. So, he's like, nope. You have to pay attention to me. And only me. Like, not aggressively pissy, just insistently grumbly. Like, why aren't you paying attention to me? His brother's very different personality-wise. Very different. Oh, and there's our ding. Now, these turtles don't always drop loot, so some people don't bother with them. But they do drop XP, which is what I'm after the most, so. Alright, how to... I'm gonna line this up. It would be awesome if, yeah, okay, bone shield's down. Alright, cool. Alright, doggy, I need my hands back. Like, he might be wanting goodies, because I didn't really give him dinner last night. Like, he didn't get any extras. He got a couple little bites, but not like they had been. But he has dog food. And he did eat some of it last night. I saw him eat. But tonight they'll be having pizza crust. A little bit. Because that I can share with them. But what I had the past couple of nights was not something that I could share. And they get fussy fussed. Or he does. Wow, challenges. Bloodthirsty. Oh, fuck, excuse me. Bloodthirsty, my bloody soul. We are a blood DK. Surprise. Ding's level 55. 5 more to go on this one. See if we can get there. So we're looking at a slash plate of 60s. 5 hours, 49 minutes, and 22 seconds. Total kills to date on the DK are gonna be 12,152. Alright, so let's go ahead and we will tweet that. And we need to do our vendoring. Well, let's repair. Okay, so we didn't get a whole lot of vendory stuff this time. Probably because I was killing the mobs that gave a little bit more XP than the moths, to help get the leveling done a little bit faster. Because that level kind of drug on forever, it felt like. So, let's see what we've got here. We only ended up with 1 slumber powder. And 1 suffused horn. And that came from the horses. I believe. Alright, so vendor trash was 279, excuse me. And then greens, we ended up with another 200, so 479. Not terrible. I do hope we get a bit more greens to drop in the next level, cause we need to upgrade our gear again at 56 or 57, probably 57, so that we can go ahead and kill those level 60 mobs without worrying about our health too much, because they do pack a little bit of a punch there. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for today. Let's see, who can we go visit? I don't think anybody is going that I personally know. So let's see. What's happening here? Who do we want to go see? We can go see Lancet. They are playing Elden Ring. So we will do that. So I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you all tomorrow for Parkitect. And take care, guys.